Alright, welcome to Let's Talk Sports. And yes, this is still the same channel. I decided to rebrand again, hopefully for the last time. I wasn't really a big fan of the last two, the way I had it. So I branded it to Let's Talk Sports. Wanted something simple. So let's get into today's video. So I asked people on Twitter to send me some questions. And one of them was, are the Chiefs a playoff team? And I thought that was a very interesting question. And we're talking about the 2021 season. And for the Chiefs this season, it has not been pretty. So their season started off, week one, like it normally is, a week one game where really anybody has a chance to win. They defeated the Browns in a close game. Then they kind of struggled against the Ravens, struggled badly against the Chargers, dominated the Eagles, struggled against the Bills. Then they played Washington. Again, not really a perfect game. They were pretty bad to start. The Titans game, obviously a forgettable one. The Giants, again, they won, but it feels like a forgettable one. And then the Packers, their wins recently have not been pretty. So and when they asked me this, I tried to come up with some maybe good points about why I think the Chiefs are the Chiefs a playoff team. So let's start with my short answer. Talent-wise, yes. Easily, the Chiefs are a playoff team. If we look on paper at them, put them up to any other team. I'm not saying their talent's the best of every team, but you put their talent up against a majority of the AFC, just on paper alone, they should be a playoff team. They really should. Now, have the way they've been playing? No, they're not a playoff team. The way they played against the Browns, defense was really bad. The offense looked, solid. The Ravens game, turning the ball over. Defense looked bad. Chargers game, the defense wasn't really that good at all. The offense, turning the ball over. The Eagles game, probably the best game they've put together so far this season. The Bills game, defense was awful. Their offense couldn't do anything. Washington, they turned the ball over way too many times in the first half. Defense looked really suspect in the first half. Titans game, defense looked really suspect in the first half. The second half, it looked better, but the offense could literally do nothing. The Giants game, defense played very, very well. Very well. Again, offense broken. The Packers game, again, defense playing one of their best games of the year. They were playing Jordan Love and a backup quarterback on the Packers. I get that. Defense looking fantastic. They still had to guard all of those weapons that the Packers have. Offensively, even more broken. So if we're looking talent-wise, yes. But the way they've been playing, no. Because the beginning of the season, we weren't questioning the offense, because we look right here at the Browns game. 33 points. 35 points in a loss. 24, okay. 42. And ever since the Bills game, you throw in the Washington game where they scored 31, 20, 3, 17, and 13. All they've scored. So really, since week 2, really the Eagles game in week 4, this team has been pretty off since then. They really have. Now, the Chargers game, they look good on offense. That game, if they hadn't turned the ball over, they probably would have won that game. Those drop passes have really cost the Chiefs this year. They really have. So I want to look at some reasons why they could be a playoff team. Like I've mentioned a few times, talent. That's undeniable. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. I think their running backs are Derek Gore, Darrell Williams. I think they have stepped up and played, good football in the absence of Clyde. Now, looking at the numbers, I think Clyde is probably going to be somebody who the Chiefs are really going to have to lean heavy on to. And hey, this may be a thought, just came to my head. Maybe the checkdowns are affecting the Chiefs because Clyde's not there. Now, how much validity to what I just said is there? Probably very little. But with Clyde out, him being a starter, him being a very good guy out of the backfield, maybe Mahomes is missing him out of the backfield. And that's maybe why he's struggling with those kind of passes. So I think when Clyde comes back, I think this offense will look a little bit better. I really do. I think he'll look a little bit, because I think he was injured in the Bills game. And ever since then, the offense has been, pretty bad. It was bad the game he went out, but it's been bad since then. But then you look at their defense. Their defense was on a historically bad pace to start this season. Again, you look at the Browns, literally couldn't stop anything. The Ravens, 2 early interceptions by Tyrann Mathieu, couldn't stop anything else. Against the Chargers, Justin Herbert looked fantastic. The Eagles, they looked all right, but the Eagles, again, they were mainly settling for field goals. The Bills, destroyed. Washington, first half, defense looked really, really good. The Titans, again, second half, first half, absolutely destroyed. Against the Giants, I think they played very well. And against the Packers, I think they played well. They played a really good game. So defensively, I think the adjustments that Steve Spagnuolo has made have been very good. Benching Sorensen, not playing Ben Niemann as much. You have Fenton, Snead, Thornhill, Mathieu, Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, moving Chris Jones back to the middle, adding Melvin Ingram, having Frank Clark finally playing like his monstrous self back from 2019. I think the defense-wise, the Chiefs' defense is definitely capable of helping this team get to the playoffs. Because when they got there in 2019 and win the Super Bowl, they weren't the best defense. They were a bend, don't break kind of defense. Teams could put up yards against that 2019 defense, but they didn't break. The Chiefs were able that second half after that Titans loss in 2019, because I'll get to that season here in a minute, is to another point why I think they can still be a playoff team. That after that Titans loss, the team went on a roll and they were literally unstoppable. They were unstoppable in that run. So yes, I still have belief that they defensively can help. But it's the offense. If this offense can get back to what we know it can be, it's easily a playoff team. But Mahomes is really struggling right now. He's missing Tyreek on the deep ball. And this isn't all on Mahomes. But let's start with Mahomes' struggle. He's missing receivers deep. He's missing, he's not hitting Tyreek Hill on the deep passes. His receivers are dropping passes, a lot. Travis Kelce has looked really off this season. Mahomes is missing Travis Kelce. The offense itself really hasn't clicked this season. I think, honestly, one of the best things they do, and they don't do it enough, is run the ball. I really do. I think they run the ball, when they do it, very well. I might be the only one that believes that, but from my eyes, I don't usually look at stats very often. But from my eyes, they've ran the ball well this season. I really, really do. And I'm recording this right after the Packers game because I think there was a key moment in that game that may have helped this team get their spark back. And that was that throw to ice the game, 3rd and 10. Mahomes rolls out to his right, hits Tyreek Hill. That looked like the Mahomes we all know and what he can be. And I think I think that play may have given him confidence to come back and be the Mahomes. Talent-wise, it's there. I really believe in this talent. The receiving core hasn't changed much, and they played well last year. I mean, they had Sammy Watkins last year. He didn't play very much. He was not necessarily that big of a factor. So I think this offense has enough talent. I really, really do. I just think they're missing and making little mistakes. But I also think they're a playoff team because of the head coach, Andy Reid. And there are 2 occasions that I specifically want to point out to why I think they are. I want to start, I believe, in 2015. They start 1-0, beat the Texans. Then they proceed to lose 5 games in a row. Win 10 in a row, including a first-round playoff game. I think that just shows the great coaching that Andy Reid has. And they had Alex Smith there. He's obviously not the talent Mahomes is, but I think he's a vital piece to where the Kansas City Chiefs are today. But if you look at that team, their defense was spectacular that season in that 10-game stretch. Alex Smith was a game manager. They had the best running game, probably in the Andy Reid era, maybe. I could be wrong on that one. But their running game was fantastic. And that season just proved why Andy Reid is a great coach. And my next one, 2019, started 6-4. Mahomes didn't get injured during that stretch, but Matt Moore came in and played very well while Mahomes was out. Came in, did his job, didn't let the season get out of hand while Mahomes is injured. And when Mahomes came back, that team rolled. The defense did have a slow start to that year. It was very bad. It was still trying to find its footing. But I believe that was the first year of the Steve Spagnuolo offense or defense after Bob Sutton was fired. But it was that Titans game that got things right. After that, they proceeded to be the number one team in football in basically everything and went on to win the Super Bowl. Now, some may ask, why are these important? Andy Reid. I believe it's Andy Reid. His ability to rally his guys each and every time that they're in a bad situation, to come back, get the season right, and make a deep playoff run, I think that is a good reason of why the Chiefs are a playoff team. Because the things that are broken with this Chiefs team right now are very fixable. Offense, dropping the ball. The offense, Mahomes missing Kelce on wide open passes. Maybe Mahomes taking a few more checkdowns. Receivers, again, not dropping balls. The things that are not working for the Chiefs offense are fixable. Because the defense has held up very well in the last few weeks. I really believe that. So everything that is wrong with the Chiefs right now is fixable. Now, a big thing Mahomes, I think, needs to do is stay in the pocket a little bit more. He really likes to leave that pocket way too quick. And I think that's partly what's causing him to miss Travis Kelce on the wide open passes and instead him taking the deep shots when he shouldn't. But I believe in the Chiefs. This is coming from a biased opinion. I don't care. But I laid out my points of why I think they're a playoff team. I really do think they can do it. Is it going to be a struggle? Yeah. They have the Raiders still. They have the Cowboys still. They have the Broncos, the Raiders again, Chargers for the second time, Steelers, Bengals, and then Broncos. Now, if we look at these games, Raiders not necessarily playing their best football right now, chance to win. The Cowboys, if they play like they did against the Broncos, the Chiefs are going to win that game easily. The Broncos have had a really weird season. They have not been very good, and then they blew out the Cowboys. Raiders, again, like I said, not playing very well this season. The Chargers struggled for a couple weeks, and then they got right after the Ravens game, after their bye week, played the Eagles well. Steelers, I don't like the Steelers offense. I think the Chiefs can win that game. Their defensive speed, I think, is very good. The Bengals are back to struggling again, and then you look at the Broncos again. So this schedule, those stretch games, these next 8 games, I think are manageable for the Chiefs to make the playoffs. Because I believe if they win against the Raiders, they're in the exact same spot they were in 2019. So if the Chiefs can get it right, fix the little things that need to be fixed, I believe this team is a playoff team. And I believe that they can make a deep run. I really do. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Give me your thoughts down below of why you think or may not think the Chiefs are a playoff team. And I will see you next time.